Hi.
No, I can't do it. Wait, again.
Why?
Again. I'm so nervous. It doesn't stop. Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome to Landline, episode 4
or 5. I don't know.
or 6. We
One of
forced
those.
it last
Episode. Dude, it's been a while. Since you guys saw us, it's been a while. But in reality, since we saw each other like this, it's been a while.
Yeah. I think because we recorded the Valentine's episodes and those went out and you guys saw that. But us recording hasn't happened in like a month now.
Yeah.
Yeah. We kind of
feel a little shy right now.
I know. We lost a little touch. I'm all like, what do I say?
It's okay.
But what's it called? But it's Women's History Month. Last month, we tried to fit into the theme. This month, we also want to fit into the theme. And let's talk about why we took a month to record another episode.
Yeah.
And that is one thing.
Let's just talk about being women, being tired, burnt out.
Burnout, yeah. Just like...
I had to take a deep breath for that one.
I feel like we both experienced, especially, I think it all started from those episodes, bro. Like, that's where it was like a down-falling hill, like, of just, like, burnout. Because we forced it. We put a lot on our plate for those episodes, which we hope you enjoyed. And
which we love, too. That it came out fire. And thank you, everybody who participated.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But stressful.
I honestly didn't find it stressful.
I found it so stressful, but it's also because it wasn't only the podcast, but it was also work. Yeah. And I just feel like I had both deadlines at the same time. And then I was like, why am I stressing so bad? And I did it to myself.
And one of our missions, or one of our values, in Landline, and we haven't shared this, I think, but it's like, Landline has to feel fun. And the moment it doesn't feel fun, we should just take a break and, who gives a fuck? Yeah. It just has to be fun.
Well, we finally made it after text messages being like, what about tomorrow? Okay, can't today, tomorrow. Can't today, can't tomorrow. Can't next week. I'll see you next year.
Yes, this is our third time rescheduling and we're just like,
I think it was more than that. Like, we rescheduled the whole week. Yeah. Like, it was just like every day being like, not today. But it was because we also just needed time. I feel like if we could have just, instead of being like tomorrow, it should have been like next week. Like, let's just forget until next week.
I have a question. How do you experience burnout? Like, what did you experience as a woman? Let's keep it in the March theme. And are you back from it? Do you feel better now?
Yeah, I absolutely feel better. I feel like the week I had, like, today is Sunday. So from Monday to Sunday, I had the best week since that burnout. I feel like I had a 2-week burnout and it sucked. But I feel like we're, like, as women, we're seen as a lot more weak than we're supposed to. So I always try to prove myself that I'm not. And I fuck myself over. And I work myself too hard. And I'm like, tired. You're just tired. Like, I just want to not do nothing for the rest of my life.
That's valid.
And you?
I think I was burnt out by work. I think since the end of last year, but I didn't notice until like it caught up to me. Yeah, because sometimes, so I work with the community where I live, and
can we get up?
And the thing that, like, the core factor that makes me feel like tired is that sometimes I feel like we do all this work to see like structural change and like we want justice and like great things for everybody, but then I feel like I'm against like these huge things,
Yeah.
So then I feel like this little tiny person, I'm like, what am I doing? Like, is it even a difference? Like, is this all in vain? And then I just spiral. And then, you have your personal shit that you need to handle. And I'm like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Why? And then you're like, what's the point of life?
That scared me.
Oh, yeah, that was my speaker.
But what's it called? I feel like you do a difference. And you inspire a lot. I work also in the community. And I feel like your name gets brought up a lot. And I feel like you're A community influencer. Like, you were very inspiring.
Community influencer.
Yeah, you don't know about those?
That's the first time I hear that term,
Well,
but it makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's what you are. Like, a lot of people know you. Like, you know, Daisy knows, like, the senators and, like, the people in the up here. She brings herself down, but she's up there. Like, people ask for her name, like, for her name specifically. So,
well, thank you for that. But it's just like, and another thing, right? If it wasn't for, shout out to Leo, for my coworker Leo, like, legit, I think that I'm not doing shit.
Yeah.
Like, I think that I could be doing more. Kind of like what you said. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, damn, what? I work 9 to 5, 7 days a week? The fuck? Work 10 hours instead of
Yeah.
8.
I'm, like, tired. Like, I'm tired of, like, thinking I'm not doing enough.
Yes,
Like,
and fuck that.
how do I make myself feel like I am doing enough?
I think that's where you have to validate yourself and not through work or productivity.
Yeah. And I just hate that, like, who programmed me? But I also blame it on the school system. Because it's, like, the school system, like, you would go to school every fucking day, and then you still had, like, homework to do every fucking night, and then in the weekend you also had, like, there was never a...
Have you heard of that? The school system was created just to create workers that work 9 to 5?
Well...
I think it was Rockefeller. I might be fucking butchering that piece of fact, but like the school system was created for that. They don't really.
I feel like it needs to change, and I feel like I hate LinkedIn, but sometimes I feel like LinkedIn is like TikTok, where it's like for you articles, and all my like articles that it be showing me be like, Gen Z are lazy. Gen Z is trying to stop. They're like, oh, Gen Z is trying to like destroy the corporate business world. Like, Gen Z's like work ethic is down. Like, yeah, because we don't want to fucking work.
And if you think we're lazy, you just overwork yourself, and you're what, 60 now with nothing to look back to.
We're like, you know, Kim Kardashian.
Yo, I hate that.
You know, Kim Kardashian went viral for being like, get the fuck out your ass, and we're like, no, keep your ass down, relax, you're working too hard. Don't think like that.
I mean, she had to get... Never mind. It's just like the way... That whole thing really rubs me the wrong way. And especially Court. Out of everybody, I have a soft spot for Courtney. And Courtney agreed.
She's like, yep.
Bitch, shut the fuck up.
I feel like I know a lot of people hate on them, but I'm like, they're pretty cool. Like, I don't really hate them.
Yeah.
And I remember I watched that and I didn't really like, I was like, she's crazy, whatever. Slid. But then reading other comments, like, this bitch got people who, like, take care of her kids. This bitch got people who, like, and I'm like, it's true. Like, she has not, like, yeah, you gotta work, but you got mad help. And people literally are just us. Like, just us.
Yes. And
so
that's
then
the
I got
thing,
mad.
right? I don't hate them either. And I will watch their show. But the thing is, you gotta be aware. Like, if you're a fucking millionaire, billionaire,
yeah,
and your ex-husband has fucking billions of dollars too, you have to be aware of your position in society. Yeah. So you can't be around saying shit like that, because it's just not realistic.
Yeah.
And she did work hella hard, I'm not gonna lie. But she did get a huge head start compared to other people.
Exactly. But
compared to the majority of people.
I wanna be like, you are okay too. You know what I mean? If no one has told you, you're okay and you're doing enough. Don't think you're not.
Wait, is this for everybody?
It's for you.
Oh, I thought it was for Kim Kardashian.
No, for you, like, Landline listener right now.
Yes.
If you think, like, I feel like it's so normal, and that's something that I keep looking at social media. See, social media keeps being like, people don't show their real life. Stop comparing yourself to social media. If you see me and Daisy's social media, you must think, wow, they got it all. They look all... We're not. And I feel like the podcast kind of gives you a glimpse. We talk about how much...
You know, just because I stay looking cute does not mean I get it together. Yeah. You got me?
Yeah, and I, like, romanticize my life a lot, but I feel like sometimes it just helps me boost my confidence a little, but then I'm like, oh, like, I wonder if this affects other people. Like, I hope they don't think that this is only my life, because my life could be pretty...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, we're all the same.
Did you, like, I'm slowly... And I was a little, like, fearful of this, but in my captions, I started incorporating, like, how I feel. Like, Christmas, I had like a sexy photo shoot, and I posted some of the pictures, and like I look so confident, but dude, before pressing that button, I was like, oh my god, like, what is my mom gonna think? Like, should I not post it? But then I'm not being real to myself, like, and then I'm like, but I see a little, like, you know, like, is my body looking right? Like, you know, all these things, but it's kind of like, again, why do we give so many fucks? This was me last week, bro.
This is, I want to say this does tie in with a comment we got last post when we asked you guys to give us this one, where we got asked, how you stay authentic.
Yes.
I feel like something that I think about a lot. I like seeing myself naked. I do, and sometimes I just wanna. And I've never posted like a bikini pic or anything like where I show my belly.
I never noticed.
Yeah, because I don't feel confident enough to post it, but I love looking at myself. You know what I mean? And I wish I was confident enough to be like, look at all my jelly rolls and fuck it, like I'm gonna post it because I love it. But I just know people aren't ready for it. You know what I mean? Like, there's just hateful people out there. And it's not me, it's them. That's it.
Or are you not ready to post?
Or you know what it is? I'm not ready for the hate. Like, I feel like I love myself, but not enough to defend myself. Because I'll be like,
up for you.
Thanks. But I don't know. Like, I feel like, I don't know. I wouldn't be ready for the judgment. I feel like I want to love myself enough to not care about the judgment. But I don't think I'm there yet. I think you've been there. You're so, I love how like confident you are. And I wish I could get some.
I appreciate that. But sometimes even bad bitches forget they're bad. Like last week, I was just feeling the lows. Like I was like over analyzing myself and just like tripping. I really don't even know how to explain it.
I know. Like cause you were telling me about how your last week was like very thing, and when you're like, and I remember I'm a bad bitch, and I'm like, you forget? I'm like, you forget you are?
Yeah.
Cause you really are.
No, thank you so much. And you're a bad bitch too. The fuck. I do forget because life is just messy and so much happens and we don't have assistants like Kim Kardashian, right? So like
exactly.
I don't know. I just I don't know if you do this, but like I overanalyze myself. I think about what I'm thinking, and I start giving fucks, right? Yeah. And that's when like shit hits the fan, and then thank God like my workplace is amazing, and like I took this week off, and it was like a huge reset button. And I do like I try my best to like the things that make me feel better is like I took a 1-to-1 coaching session with the workshop we went to with that person. Like she really helped me out. I do Reiki. I did Reiki twice in the past month, yoga classes, and then I'm like then I start feeling more present, and then you just start like looking at yourself and having that like, oh shit, like I'm so in love with myself, and like how could I treat myself
any other way?
Yeah.
What's it called? I was gonna say that. So we talk about a lot about how much burnout sucks and stuff, but then I was gonna ask, what are some ways that you get out of it? And you said it right now. But I didn't know you went already to the 1 hour thing.
Yeah. So it was a women's life coach, right?
We had like a Daisy's mom invited me to like this workshop she was having with them, and it was very like, I feel like I was being personally attacked. She was like, love yourself more, and I was like, I try. and like all the ladies that your mom works with, they're all like very presentable, and that all of them said it. They were like, oh, I don't leave the house if I don't have this on and this on, and I wish I was like that. Like I put myself more time for myself. But it is something I'm working on. Give me a sec. I'm working on it.
Yes. And you've been killing it lately with your looks. And
thanks.
Stuff. Your makeup looks.
Thank you.
Yeah. But she was just very... You saw her, like, the things she said. Like, she just makes you question, like, life. And I'm like, yeah, why am I caring so much? It's just the care of what? I care that this person thinks that, I look, like... chubby or something. Why or like even for work sometimes like I be talking about stuff and like now it's better, but like with my parents they didn't understand what I did, and now I'm like, wait, but I genuinely like don't give a fuck. Love you, mom, but I don't give a fuck. Like It's just like the caring
I
part.
know.
Yeah.
Did the session help?
Yeah, it helped, and it was perfect because I had my Reiki session on Thursday, and then Friday I had the 1 hour.
Yeah.
And Reiki's like therapy.
Could you give like a brief Reiki explanation? Just because like I didn't know what Reiki was until like Daisy introduced Reiki to me, and it's something I'm super interested in. But I literally, Daisy always goes, I went to Reiki, and I can't find it, and every time I go, it's not available. So.
Oh, her page?
No, what's it called? You remember the farmers market? That guy was
yes,
packed.
yes.
And then other than that, I haven't had like.
Yesterday there was free Reiki. I'll tell you next time.
Wow,
but you know it's different. And I'm not a Reiki expert, but so the Reiki person that I go to is Tina. This is her at. She's fucking amazing. I love her. That's like some other level stuff with like, depends on what you believe in. Sometimes I don't feel comfortable sharing like the things we discuss because it's very
personal, intimate.
Yes, personal, intimate, and just like a different. If you believe in the universe, manifestations,
But I think literally Daisy explained it to me like it's like therapy. Like it's almost like you don't want to talk about what's in therapy, but it's therapy for your energy, right?
Yes. So it's like energy. Reiki is just essentially energy work. It is energy work, and with Tina we go over like my chakras and just like different things, and she kind of does a reading on me and what she saw and stuff. But then I've also done Reiki, for example, yesterday I did Reiki, and that was very just like energy work, and it felt like there was no reading, there was no aftermath discussion, but the person was very like, I felt like I was high when I got up. Yeah, like,
she said she was walking on clouds.
Yeah, I was on air, and I was like, everything is beautiful. Why am I tripping? Yeah.
I feel like people tend to forget that we are energy, and and it's like just how we take care of our body, and then we also have to take care of our mind and our energy.
And you have a lot of energy, and it's in your bloodline too. So you should tap into that.
I know. I'm telling you, you make me want to go, but then it's like. It's only when I'm with you then I'm like, oh yeah, I want to do Reiki, and then I go. You have to like remind me.
I'll remind you. But that's the self-care and discipline you have to have as well.
What was her name? Vanessa, right?
Vanessa is the life coach.
Vanessa, don't come for me.
Yeah, I love her.
Something else I want to say too is also ties in with the authentic self and just like not giving a fuck is what's it called? Especially you and me, we both get called cringy. Yes or no? We both get called cringy, and there's like, you know, the for you, like everything is always for me, and they be like, oh, why do you care if you're cringy? Which is also it doesn't also tie into my, oh, I'm like oh, my body's not up to people's standards, and like I think about it too much, but it's also like me as a person, like I feel like, am I up to people's standards? And I think about that a lot, and then I'm like, am I cringy? And I like stop myself from posting something, right? Or I overanalyze something before I post it because I'm like, I'm cringy. And people convince me I am. And even this podcast, it's cringy to people. And I'm like, but
who's saying that?
Oh.
Who's saying that?
Cut. But, like, I just feel like I want to learn to just not give a fuck. Like you said, like, not only about my body, but just who I am. Like, this is who I am. And I feel like as women, we get judged even more. Like, yes, men.
That's a different topic.
Men. But men are important too. You know what I mean? Like, the mental health they have. And, like, I feel like they go through the same things we do. It's just not.
You want to know something? Talking about men. This fucking book. Men, you guys need more love than we do. Let's just say that.
I feel like they're programmed different.
Yeah.
I feel like we just need to reset the world again and just try again. I'm over it. Yeah, but I don't know. That's like, I think it also ties in with being authentic to myself. I feel like, I guess it all just goes,
You know what helped me get over that? Like, being called cringy and stuff? Like, grabbing the things that are you and just sticking to it. And, like, not even, some people are never gonna understand. But, like, that's not my business.
Yeah.
You got me? Yeah. Like, for example, in different groups, sometimes I don't talk about certain things because, like, I know they will never understand. Because some people are like, what the fuck, energy work? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not my business for me to convince you or not.
Yeah.
And just grabbing that and, like, fucking embracing it.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like, do you remember how, like, that transition of being young and then becoming a woman?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I remember vividly when I felt like, oh shit, like, I'm a woman? Like, I'm no longer a teenager or, like, a young person like that.
Yeah, I feel like when I met you is when I transformed into, like, I feel like I found me. But it like, I just wish there was, like, a guidebook that's like, don't worry, like, you won't find yourself until later fucking on. But you just get lost. You know what I mean? But then, not only becoming a woman, but it's also, like, we already have freaking things, rules, standards we have to go through. But then it's also, like, Hispanic-wise, like, I think modesty is really hard, especially in today's world. Like, I feel like I don't want to be modest. Like,
what do you mean by modest?
I don't know, like, I guess, like, the clothes I wear, like, my mom didn't let, like, crop tops and stuff like that. And I'm like, why can't we wear crop tops to work? And it's like, again, people aren't ready for that. Or maybe we'll never be, but, like, fuck, why not?
Yes,
why not?
We should change that.
And it's just, like, little things like that, or, like, the music I listen to, or, like, it's just, like, they grew up a different way, and then, like, growing up, and then being told, like, don't do that because you're a lady. Do this because you're a lady. And it's just, like, no. Who am I? Yeah, I'm a lady, but I don't want to be that way.
You're caro.
Basically.
Period.
Different species here. And for you?
Yeah. Wait, what was the question?
Your transition from, like, to a woman?
Oh, yeah, so, I remember being super lost, and, like, since I was 15 and now I'm 23, I've had, I think, like, 16, 17 jobs, give or take. Last year I had 5 jobs, just to give context.
Yeah.
So, like, I think I was, like, always doing whatever, kind of, like, literally, I wasn't going with the flow. Like, I was the flow. Like,
Whoa,
I was just...
I love that.
Like, I was, like, wherever the wind took me. Like, it was just crazy, right? And it was fun.
You're still like that, though.
But now I'm grounded. So now I'm going with the flow, but I'm grounded with myself. Before I wasn't. That's why I did dumb shit with, like, relationships and stuff. Yeah. Like, I was just, like, whatever. And then, now I'm like, okay.
I feel like you have something to go back to. Like, this is who I am, I guess, right?
What do you mean?
Like, something to go back to since you, like, you know how you're, like, going with the flow? It's basically like you planted a tree and you can go back to that.
Yeah. So, like, now I know where my roots are. Like, I'm stable.
Yeah.
Right? There's still air around me. I'm still going with the flow, but I'm grounded now. I'm not, like, a leaf going everywhere.
Yeah.
And, I think that when I found out that I was grounded, and when I found out when I spoke, people listened to me, and vice versa, when I could, like, jump off from ideas, that's where I was like, oh shit, I'm a woman. I'm like, I could say something. And when I spoke and my parents started listening, and, like, they valued my opinion, I was like, oh, what's going on here?
Excuse me? Are you a woman?
Shit, I think I am. And also, like, I don't know. A thing that makes me feel like, I don't know how to explain it. I guess a woman. It's just with bullshit. Like, that's the one thing. Like, I don't. Well, I shouldn't say bullshit, right? With people like that aren't the best, or like aren't like giving me the energy that like is serving me. Then I just like, it's so easy for me not to see them, and I think that's when I'm like, oh shit, I have like full control of my life.
I know.
And that's when I
can see that in you too, yeah.
That's when I kind of started, like, the bandages were like ripped off, and I was no longer a kid because I can be whatever I want, and nobody can stop me. Yeah. And it's just a work in progress, right? Because I'm over here like saying all this shit, but like I'm telling you, last week I really lost my shit.
It is still a work in progress.
Forever.
Always growing.
Forever. Until we die. And then we become souls and we're still fucking growing.
Yeah. I also agree with you that I feel like when I found myself that I could talk, because I feel like I was always very, especially with the people I would hang out with, like I would shut down, like everything I said. And when I surrounded myself with people who embraced me, I guess, and that's when I actually was like, you know what, I am, and I'm a lot more confident. And now I am the say, you know what I mean? Like, nothing gets done unless I say.
Yes.
Anyways, let me humble myself down again. Well, yeah, well, that's what being a woman is, being authentic to yourself.
Or versions.
I know, yeah, well, at least what we think.
Yeah.
These are our thoughts. We're just going crazy here. We're like
honestly,
word vomiting.
Like, yeah.
This is the word vomit version of woman.
Like, okay. Again, this podcast is for us to be real, and there's no script that we write.
Mm-hmm.
For fun.
I wish people would comment more. Like, if you watch this video, if you're watching right now, please comment. Yes. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? Everything we said right now, what do you agree? What do you disagree? What are you, what?
You know what we should do? Any questions that you have for us, any questions, please comment them down below, or Instagram, all of that.
Mm-hmm. And we'll do it in the next episode.
Yeah. Hello? They're asking about the intro song.
Funny you ask. We have a new theme song.
Yes. Thank you, Lottie.
Thank you, Lottie, for our sick new theme song for our podcast. You can hear it in the intro and outro of our podcast. And you can check out his you can check out his Instagram right here, and he does music, so you can click on the link on his bio and check it out. But thank you so much, Lottie. So much.
We appreciate you so much.
Jinx. But thank you so much. Please let us know what you think about it. Leave all your thoughts and everything in the comments.
Subscribe.
Duh.
We have 28 subscribers, I think.
Really?
Yeah, and like 100 views. So if y'all want to subscribe,
every little thing, we just get so happy about it. So
yes,
thank you. Even if it's just one person watching this right now, we love you. Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we'll see you guys in the
next
episode.
one.
Love you.
Bye.
I was gonna do that. Wait.